Right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to FMA's discussion episode 168 and the third interview in UK and Europe. And tonight we are going to be interviewing Neta, who is the first lady of FMA in Israel, but I would say the Wonder Woman of Lighting Scientific Arnis in Israel. Good evening, Neta.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me here, and thanks for the compliments.
Yeah, of course. Fitting. That's
I
fitting.
didn't pay him to say that.
Yep, waiting for my PayPal. All right. So anyway, guys, tonight during this interview, if you hear people like cheering or booing and anything, because we're watching the finals of the European football. So it's England before against Italy. So I'm already
Big
saying
match.
apologies. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna watch while interviewing?
No, I was already watching the first half, and it's
Okay.
1-0 to England. So
Okay.
hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, so tonight, okay, we're going to talk about, of course, your journey to FMA, which
hmm
you already alluded last night's test run. So
Yes.
it's both FMA and into Larping, and then from there you got into cosplay as well, and then you had some of these gigs with movies premieres, TV shows, and everything. And also, it's also through FMA that you met John, who
Yeah,
eventually became.
FMA really changed
Yeah.
my life. I
All
can
right.
clearly say that.
Okay, so for our viewers, remember, if you have any question for Neta, please write them in the comment box, and then we'll ask it. So that's gonna be more or less the flow of our interview, and also
hmm
plus, of course, we are going to talk about your new class, which is basically teaching women
Yes, teaching
FMA
women to fight.
and,
hmm
yeah, self-defense, and your charity with costumes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lots
Okay.
to talk about.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. And we're going to be pampering our viewers tonight with some videos and some awesome pictures.
Yeah, I sent a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, guys. This might take about 3 hours. No, sorry. Not Neta, because it's already 11 o'clock in Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, your journey to martial arts. Let's talk with the martial arts first. Let's leave
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
definitely. So, okay, believe it or not, but I was really not sporty as a kid.
Really?
Actually, yes, yes, nobody believes it, but I hated sports. That was like my nightmare in elementary school. I was dreading sports class because it was so bad. And I remember I was so miserable. My sister told me, when you're older, sports doesn't matter. The cool kids are not the sporty kids. And I was like, really? So I was really fretting that. So for many years, I didn't even try anything sporty. And then I grew up, I went traveling, I came back, we do the army in Israel, all that. And I started university. I studied business administration. And these were like 3 years of numbers and, tedious, boring things. And, you do what's expected and you want to get a
Yeah.
good job. So after 2 years to my degree, I was like, what am I doing? Is this what I want to do with my life? Is this the direction I want?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you yesterday, I was lying in bed staring at the ceiling and thinking, am I happy? What do I really want to do with myself? And then it hit me. I was like, I want to learn to fight with swords,
Okay.
just like any normal girl would want, right?
Just like any normal girl.
Yeah,
Now, okay,
that's
we
the
we
answer.
have to define that. Any normal girl will want.
No,
Okay. So
actually,
anyway, go on.
I loved fantasy all my life. I loved the Lord of the Rings and those things even before it was popular, before there were the movies. I was reading the books, and I remember, I think I was like 13 or 14. I got to the part where Eowyn fights, and
Okay.
she fights the Nazgul King, and I'm like, oh my God, girls can fight too. That was like world revelation. It changed my life. It's like I didn't know women can fight.
But you never
So
had this when you were a kid.
no, I didn't do
Really?
anything. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing sporty, really. Like
Oh,
embarrassingly nothing.
okay. So and then.
So when I decided that I want to sword fight, I was really worried because, I'm not good at these things, and it's a weird, obscure dream, and people really didn't understand why would I want to sword fight. Like my friend asked me, "What do you need it for? Genocide? What are you gonna do with sword fighting?" But I was really into Xena during high school. It really influenced my life, and I was like, yeah, it's time to work on my dreams and do what I really want, and I want to be like Xena. Where, makes total
Okay.
sense. Yeah. And my father was a sword collector, so I grew up among swords, and I really was inclined for weapons. So I went online and went to a forum, Israeli martial arts forum, because back then we didn't have Facebook.
Yeah.
And I asked a question in the Israeli martial arts forum, where can I learn to fight with swords? And I wanted to fight immediately. I didn't want a martial art that will take me several years until I actually get to pick up a sword. And one of the answers was, come to our niece. We have a really cool blades class, and this is basically what we do. So I was like, sounds good. I wasn't planning on something Oriental, actually. I thought more European swords, but at that time we didn't have FMA or anything like that. And our niece seemed like really into weapons. So I was like, cool, let's check it out. So I went there, and first thing was the teachers knew my father, who was a sword
Hmm.
collector. So I was like, oh, wow, okay, maybe I am in the right place. And all the practitioners there were really geeky and really fun, and they were into history and sci-fi and fantasy and geography. And I felt like, wow, finally I found people whom I like, people who are
Yeah.
like me. Because up until then, I didn't really know any geeks. So, like, how did I get to that age without knowing any geeks? So that really changed my life. And they also brought me into LARPs. They introduced me to that around the same time. And ever since I joined, really, my life took a complete different course, really. It wouldn't have been the same. It really took a sharp turn. And it wasn't easy, actually. The first 2 years of studying in Israel as a woman practitioner was kind of tough.
Okay.
Also because we're a bit of a macho society sometimes. Yeah, people
Sometimes.
probably won't like me saying that, but it was very difficult as a woman and as someone who has no background, bad
Hmm.
at sports. I was probably really bad at my first year.
Okay.
But sometimes I felt like if the guys are working with me, then they feel like, oh, I'm not getting much of this class because I can't go strong, I can't play as much as I can. So they really had to be patient with me. Um, Sometimes even condescending, but I was really, really into my dream that I wanted to become a warrior and sword fight. So I continued, and also because the people were so great that it really pushed me to keep going. Um, and then after 2 years, I already finished uni. I started working for L'Oréal, the French company,
Okay.
L'Oréal Paris, and I was working there like every day until almost 11 p.m. That was crazy, and I stopped with our niece. I didn't have the time. I was really a slave to work.
All right.
I was kind of miserable. And then we heard that there's the first, well, it wasn't the first for us. It was the first international FMA seminar in the Philippines. It was actually the third FMA seminar, but it was the first that international people joined. And my group planned on going. And I was saying, okay, this is a great opportunity. This thing never happened, that so many teachers from abroad are coming, and Filipino teachers, and it's a huge event. There were many practitioners from Germany, the States, UK even. And I knew that my work will not allow me to take a vacation. So again, I rethought about my life, recalculated, and I decided to quit my job.
Wow, you took a deep
Yes,
dive.
yes.
All right.
I knew that they're not gonna allow me to take a leave for the
Mm,
Philippines,
mm,
and also
mm.
I was miserable. I didn't have any personal life. So I quit my job and went to that seminar, to that festival in the Philippines.
Around what year is this?
That was July 2006.
2006. Okay.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
That was after I was already 2 years training in FMA. So I went to that festival, and it was
Mhm.
really big. It was a big production, and it was modern Arnis teachers and Filipino teachers, and then they invited for the last 4 days teachers from other systems.
Okay.
Now I was like an in between period. I knew that I have like a month and a half, and I wanted to go travel. But when
Mm-hmm.
like I said, okay, I need some time to clear my head, and like I had a rough year of working and no personal life, I should go traveling. So when I got to the Philippines to that festival, I got so excited, and the material was so much fun that I was like, wait, why would I go travel? I can just spend that month and a half in the Philippines and work on my skills and come back even better in Arnis.
That's a good decision.
Yeah. So I was scouting for teachers. I was checking out what the teachers were doing. And then on, I think it was like the 6th day of the festival, I saw John Escudero, demoing Bigay Tama. And I
Mhm.
looked at it and I said, wow, this is what I want to do. And of course, if you ask him and his story, there's a different version to that. Yeah,
Should we have a side comment coming from him?
yeah, he's like, yeah, she liked my moves. She was into me. And I was like, wow, I really want to do this style. I want to fight like him. So right after his demo, I approached him and asked him, do you teach? And he gave me this look like, what did I just do? Like, obviously
Ah,
I teach. Yeah. Like all the other teachers were really, happy to see international students and all. And he was like, weird girl, what do you want from me?
well, that's John.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Gave me that skeptic look. So he told me, and get this, he said, yes, I teach, but I might not have the time.
Yes. See, he
Yes.
just commented. She said, check me out." She checked me out.
Okay, as I said, his version is different. But who do
All
you
right. Okay.
believe? Come
Carry
on.
on. Carry on.
The women are always more objective. It is known.
I won't
Oh,
comment on
no comment. Yeah, yeah. If you ask him, like they should make a video, like a movie about our story, and Angelina Jolie would feature me, and Brad Pitt will feature him. So obviously, who do you believe, me or him?
Nah. Sorry, John. I'm with Neta on this one.
Yeah. So he actually told me that he might not have the time to teach me. So I've been
Okay.
snubbed. Like first thing he says to me, and being Israeli and a very determined one, I did not take no for an answer. So I asked him why, and he said that he was doing a choreography for a movie and he's really busy there. So
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, okay, do you have group sessions that you're there anyway, that I can just join these sessions and then I'm not gonna impose on your time, right? Makes sense.
Okay.
If I just join there, he's there anyway. So he's like, oh, okay. So I take out my notebook and I'm like, okay, where do you teach? On Sundays at this place. And then do you have another day? Okay, Mondays here. Do you have another day? So I ended up writing like all his schedule, and he didn't
You
believe
went
me.
through his diary.
No, I just wrote down his whole schedule, and I told him, okay, I'm going to Boracay, and I'll see you in like a week. I'll come by to class. And actually, the first time that I came over, he didn't think I would come over, and the fact that I was late didn't really
Hmm.
help it. But to my defense, I did not expect the traffic in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I,
blame the traffic.
I had no idea that you can take a cab in Manila and it can take you 2 hours.
Yeah,
Really.
that's true. That's true.
I,
That's so true.
in Israel, it takes us like maximum 20, 30 minutes to get from place to place. So I didn't expect that within Manila it would take me so long. So he obviously thought I'm not showing up. Um, and then I did show up. He was really surprised, and I basically followed him wherever he went. I was there, and I was even waking up early. Like
Hmm.
he had a 7 a.m. session, and I'm really not a morning person, but I woke up and I went there, and I was kind of a Western student because I was speaking my mind. Like I was saying, oh, this is so early, I can't move, I'm so tired. And he was like, I don't know how this is gonna work. Because in Asian culture, you're not supposed to complain to the teacher like that. But
Yeah.
it wasn't complaining, I was stating my opinion about the hour. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Um, so I basically studied from him for like a month and a half. And he actually hid the fact that he's a geek from me. He was playing the jock. It took me a while to figure out he's also a geek, and then suddenly I realized, wow, we have mutual language and we like the same things, and we like the same shows, and he even role played before. And it's like, damn, why did you hide that? So yeah, when we found out that we actually get along and we like each other, and that was the
That was a
beginning of everything.
start. Oh, not when you checked him out.
No, no,
You
no,
really
that's
checked
his
him out. All
version.
right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's his
yeah.
version. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
his version, it was love at first sight, and I was after his moves. But yeah,
Okay.
you
All
just heard the real story of what
right.
happened.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we realized we wanted to be together, and eventually in 2007, I moved to the Philippines for a year, and I stayed there with him, and I was training every day. And I was really surprised that I became so good because I wasn't used to being good in sports or arnis. It really escalated my training. And after you train every day for a whole year, obviously your skills improve. And we got back. We decided we should live in Israel, mainly because my family wanted me here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we moved to Israel in 2008. Actually, January 1st, 2008, we started the year here, and we started our club. John was teaching, and I was managing the club. Basically, we just opened when he arrived. It was like one or two students, and the club just grew and grew. And for me, it was a great experience because I got to open a business and open
Yeah.
a club, and suddenly I felt a different approach because before that I was like, oh, that girl that nobody really knows why she's in our niece and she's not so good. To suddenly someone who, wow, she's got skills and she's not so bad. She can move. So it was maturing experience for me, really.
All right.
Yeah. So ever since 2008, we've had our club here, and we've grown it over the years. We've moved places, and we've gone through lots of things. And even I was pregnant and gave birth, and we have a daughter who's called Orin. She's 5.5, and we train with her, and we still train. And nowadays, I train women. I teach at a club called Legacy Club. It's a women's boxing gym. I did not plan on teaching there because I thought my life was too busy as it is, because I also have a part-time job. I work at the Philippine Embassy as a translator,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the Arnis Club, and I have my freelance costumes gigs, all those projects. So I wasn't planning on taking something else, but John was like, no, I met this woman at the boxing gym, and she really wants you to teach there. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll give her a call. And I didn't.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. So eventually she called me, and John was like, yeah, I think you should do it. I think you should go. And I was like, okay, I'll go meet her. So I went to meet her, and we really clicked. We spoke about our experiences as women in martial arts, and I realized we have so much in common. And I found out how much her club makes it accessible for women, because it's really difficult for women to join martial arts and stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that club, they just feel comfortable in it. It's like it's done in a fun, nurturing environment. They don't feel threatened. They don't feel like they're being looked at all the time. And I really wanted to make it more accessible to women,
Yeah.
that they wouldn't have to go through the journey, that difficult path that we went through, that many girls don't stick to it because there are so many hardships.
Yeah.
I saw that they have an opportunity there for a really fun and really sporty and positive atmosphere. Since I connected to that her goal and her way of life so much, so I agreed to teach there. And I'm really happy that I did, because I get to teach women how to fight, which I think, in a way, it's my goal in life.
You're just cycling back basically. How you started,
Yeah, yeah,
giving other women the opportunity to start the way you did as well.
yeah. Because, like, for example, one of my worst martial arts experiences, I had to take a martial arts instructor's course, because in order to teach in Israel, you need to take I think it was like a 5 month course at an institute, special sports institute, to which you get a certificate that
Mm-hmm.
you both do the anatomy, physiology,
Yeah.
psychology aspect, and
Yeah.
the practical aspect.
Yeah.
So since there are not a lot of our niece practitioners in Israel, they put me together with MMA people.
Okay.
And I was the
That's
only
interesting.
girl. I
Yeah.
was the only girl in that instructor's course, and I was the only one from our niece. And I was
Mm-hmm.
there with MMA instructors. And the whole practical side, they were like, okay, let's go to the mat and start rolling. And I'm like, uh, okay, I've never done this before. And they were all like, doing mount and guard. And I was like, um, okay, this is my first time. You're kind of big and sweaty, and I have no clue what I'm doing. Not sure I want to do this. I come from a weapon martial arts. Let me just hit you, hit, cut something from a distance. I don't want to roll on the mat sweating with you. But I had no choice, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
finish the
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
There were some not so nice instances where, like, you work with teenage guys and they get excited and they're like, not sure I want to get too close. So it was really, it was difficult.
Mm.
And it made me realize how much I love our niece, really, how
Mm.
much I love weapon martial arts.
Yeah.
So that was my first official course. And I didn't want women to experience that hardship of feeling so, you know, left out
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not so good with their skills and always the worst one. I wanted women to actually feel like they can do stuff and not always feel like they're the worst.
Yeah.
After that, I took another Wingate course, which was self-defense for women. It
Mm-hmm.
was for instructors, women who are already instructors. And we had this program that it was basically Krav Maga.
Yeah.
And it was Krav Maga and the psychological aspect. So I'm actually officially a Krav Maga instructor as well for self-defense for women.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one more because the psychological side
Mm.
was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Um, I really like a system in Israel called El Alev, which is for teaching women. And what's unique about El Alev is that it's a system that was developed by women for women. And I have to be honest, it's so different when you have a system that's being taught by women and
Mm.
for, like, that it was
Yeah.
thought of by women, the
Yeah.
whole mindset is different because
It is really different. Yeah.
yeah, when men come up with a system, they think like men,
Yeah.
obviously.
Of course. Of course.
They don't take into consideration all the
Mhm.
things that women go through, or like the
Mhm.
fact that most women don't know how to give a punch properly, and
Yeah.
it would hurt their hands, or they
Yeah.
don't want to get too close to the guy, or
Yeah. That's right.
they're just
That's
not
right.
used to being so aggressive.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot about self-defense as well. But I wasn't really into teaching self-defense because I think I was more into empowering women, more
Hmm.
of the psychological aspect, the warrior aspect. I'm gonna talk about it more when I get to LARPs.
Yeah.
And basically, weapon fighting. That's really my passion.
Mm.
I know that some people don't think it's practical and all, but for me, it's just I don't know. It's
It is.
my inspiration in life. It's what I love to do.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's one of the good things basically there in Israel is, especially if you're teaching martial arts, you have to go through these courses because I mean,
Yes.
let's face it, you can be good at martial arts, but not not every people was good. Like for example, in martial arts or in sports, can be a good teacher or can be a
Yeah.
good coach. So they need to be educated on the proper way to teach.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be teaching incorrectly. They'll be sending incorrect messages. They'll be at one point ruining aspirations from other people because they didn't manage to communicate it properly.
Or
So really,
safety wise, because they
yeah, safety
really
wise as
put an
well.
emphasis in that course uh, to make things not
Mm,
dangerous for the practitioners.
yeah, yeah,
And they really show you mistakes that instructors make that
mm,
can cause injuries, and then
yeah,
you can get sued.
yeah,
So it really
exactly.
teaches you to be careful when you
Yeah,
teach.
yeah. And of course, sometimes it's not just being sued, but sometimes these injuries can be life changing for your student
Yeah,
or for yourself. So you really have to be careful with how you teach. So
with
yeah,
great power comes great responsibility.
exactly that. Okay, before we carry on, we need to say we just want to say hi to a few people who have been with us from the beginning. Well, of course, you've got your number one fan, John, and you have Cindy. Um, you've got Dean is in the house. James, Patrick Chris, Julius, who have been commenting about the
Yeah.
Philippines' own way of LARPing, which is during the Good Friday. You know that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that. Okay. So yeah, and you got Von Bautista, Angelo as well, Popoy, and you've got Jack saying thank you for lending John for about 3 hours, I think,
More.
or four. You've got Antoken ako or Paul, and you've got Frank. So hello guys. So once
Hi.
again, if you've got any questions for Neta regarding the topics that will be covered, please write them in a comment. Okay. So backtracking a little bit,
Yes.
when you were basically studying FMA back in the Philippines, what were your um, fondest moments or challenging moments besides traffic? Okay.
And the
Um,
heat, the
and the
humidity.
heat or disappointing as well. Okay. So,
Yeah, actually, the humidity. I wasn't expecting to sweat so much. It's like I'm a girl. I'm not sweating usually in Israel, and then in the Philippines, it's like I'm all wet. What is this thing? What is this new experience? So yeah, sweat and traffic. But no, I love the Philippines. That's why I stay there for a year as well. But I loved how kind and fun and good natured the Filipinos are. I had a great time. I had great friends there. I had a lovely time with them. And it's like everyone was so nice all the time. And everyone's singing everywhere. It was great. Also, Filipinos are so good at FMA. It's like it's just ridiculous how much better you are at FMA than we do. Like things that would take me a month to get to move my body properly. Filipinos are like, oh, they're so flexible and so sporty. It's like this art was made for you. Um, what was difficult, I guess, I tried to spar a lot because I was into fighting, sports arnis, and Filipinos are just damn good. It's true, you're so quick, so limber.
Okay. Um, yeah. I mean, being somebody who have been in FMA for a while. Oh, she's she log off. Something happened. We'll wait for her. We'll wait for her, folks. So yeah, for those who have just joined in, we have Neta from Israel, and we have just been discussing her journey in FMA in the Philippines, which started way back 2006 when she went to the Philippines for an FMA festival, sort of FMA festival, where she met John, and she can't get enough with it, so she brought John back to Israel. Sorry. Okay. There you go.
Can you
Yep,
hear me?
he's
Great.
back.
Okay, that was weird. It just logged me off.
Oh, okay. Well, weird things happen. So
It's like you talk too much.
give them a break. Give them a break.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we? Oh
We
yeah,
talked about the Philippines.
yeah. So yeah, would you recommend it to
Oh
for
yeah.
other foreigners to go there and immerse themselves?
Oh yeah. I've learned so much about FMA there. I mean, it's really different when you study from the source and you get to know the culture as well. It's such a different experience than studying it in your home country. So if people can go there even just for a seminar or for vacation, I highly recommend it because you get such insights about the people, the culture, the fighting. You get to understand why certain techniques are the way they are. It's really an eye-opening experience.
No, thank you for that. Okay, so
Promoting the Philippines,
yeah, thank
as
you.
if I'm
Yeah.
working for the Philippine embassy.
Oh yeah, it's more fun in the Philippines.
Yeah,
More fun
exactly.
in the
No,
Philippines.
really, I really fell in love with this culture. It's an amazing culture. That's why I married a Filipino. I work in the Philippine embassy. So, yeah.
Yeah. So far, guys, have you got any questions for Neta about this part? Okay. We'll wait for them. Anyway, we'll backtrack if there are questions. Okay. So um, yesterday during the test run, you said that your journey to FMA and journey to Larping happened almost or at the same time exactly.
I'd say at the same time because when I got into Arnis, the people there were like, "Oh, we're doing LARPs. You should really come." And I think I went to my first LARP like 3 weeks after joining Arnis. They basically just dragged me to their group, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is this new world? It's amazing!" And I didn't stop ever since. Even in the Philippines, I haven't stopped, and I role played. Those of you who don't know, LARP is live action role play. It's like instead of sitting at home and playing D&D, you actually go out to the woods, or not to the woods, and you have your character in a costume, and you can fight, and you have interesting plots, um, and unique characters, and you really immerse yourself in a different world. For me, I love it because I love fantasy. I loved fantasy all my life. And you know how when you read a book or you watch a movie, so you just read it or watch it. But in LARPs, you're actually the hero of your own story. And how often do you get to be the hero of your own story and actually do things and influence and actually fight, use
Yeah.
your skills?
Yeah.
And I think it really made me want to be a better fighter and do more arnis because I wanted to fight better so that I can fight better in LARPs.
Hmm.
it
We have
really,
we
yeah.
have a video here. Do you
Oh
want
wait,
me to show it
we'll
first?
get to that.
Okay, all right. Okay, tell
Yeah,
me when.
because the video is like a culmination of everything.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So I started doing Arnis and LARPs at the same time, and actually because I started martial arts, I think it gave me extra confidence, and I think something in my body language changed, and I felt just more confident with myself. So they started giving me action roles and roles of people in charge, because they knew that I can do the action, I can, carry that character. And I really have to say it changed my life, because I started just becoming more confident and a person in charge in all my roles, and it became like that in real life as well. And what's really great about it was that I got to also inspire a lot of girls to join LARPs, because they would see me fighting in the arena or fighting in a game or on pictures on Facebook, and they'd go and say, hey, it's like, if a girl can do it and she's there, it's not just for boys, and we can do it as well. And a lot of girls actually approached me later, like years
Oh,
later, and told me, we entered LARPs because of you, because we saw you fight and you looked so good doing it, and we
yeah.
realized that we can do it as well.
You became an
And
inspiration to them.
yeah, and for me, this is really it. This is like, if they tell me that, like, it really moves me to tears, because I really want to inspire girls to do
Mhm.
more and dare to do things like I did, and I had to make a big leap and dare to do things that I'm bad at. So I want to show girls that it's possible, and I think you need a role model, because when I was young, my role models were Eowyn and Xena, and they're
Okay.
fictional characters. And now they actually see someone who's approachable and doing that, so they realize, hey, we can do it as well.
Mhm.
And in LARPs, I've been like nurturing new players and basically taking them under my wing, because I've been leading groups. I led a camp. I had a camp of 100 people under me. That I was like their empress. That was
Okay.
my role. So I was organizing the camp before the game and during the game, and I really tried to nurture women and get them to take more initiative and take more management roles. I really feel like I went up in the LARP community, and I really think that most of it was because of the confidence and the skills that I got from martial arts.
Yeah.
And I've been really trying to get better in martial arts so that I'll get to fight better in games.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
There's a
and
question. Sorry,
yeah,
Neta. There's a question here. Did you notice that women tend to learn faster than men?
I've noticed that women are more cerebral, in the sense that whenever you show them a movement, they need to understand why.
Yeah,
With
that's true.
with guys, you can just show them a movement and you tell them, okay, do like this, and they'll just do it. And women are like, why? What is it for? They really want to know the logic behind it. And once they understand the logic, it's really easier to teach
It's
them.
easier. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
There you go, Paul. Okay, so yeah, please carry on with your sorry.
So in LARPs, I started doing more warrior roles, because I like it. I like fighting. I also have like noble characters and all that, but I think in our LARP community, most people know me as like the kick-ass warrior.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, which
You've got some
I have to
pictures.
thank my husband for making me one.
Yeah, and even I think some of the props that you were using, John made them.
Yes, yes, he's very supportive of my hobbies. He made me a crown. He made me a throne. And I have here, I brought LARP swords to
Okay.
show you.
Whoa.
So, yeah, this is actually a sword which is made by an Israeli manufacturer, who actually was in my Arnis class like 17 years ago. And this is his sword. It's the blacksmith, Lahat. And I'll be honest, it's painful when you fight with it.
Oh yeah.
So fighting in LARPs is painful. Um,
What is
I
it?
did
What is it
it.
made of or made from?
Um, This
Poly?
one specifically, I'm not sure. But it's some sort of rough, tough foam.
Okay.
So it does
It
hurt.
still hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had some injuries in LARPs when I was fighting. Worst one, I cracked a rib in a fight, in a duel. I've been trampled and tackled in the battlefield. Like when you have a game with, you know, 8,000 people and you've got massive armies fighting, it can get a bit rough. And I don't weigh much, but it's a lot of fun. I think it's worth the hazards.
Yeah.
I'll show you my personal swords, which I used a lot. They're already worn out because of they don't last forever because of the latex. But these are my sort of elven swords, which I carried with me for games in Europe, and I love them. And I'm kind of sad that they're ruined, so I'll need to get new ones. But
Ah.
yeah, never get attached to your weapon, I guess. And then there are like little cute knives. Like you can't have too many weapons, so it's the same in LARP, just like in FMA when you end up collecting weapons, collecting knives. So it's the
Yeah.
same with foam weapons.
All right. You have some pictures
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Let's have a look at some pictures.
Okay.
You,
Uh, there you go. Hold on. It's just uploading. So you got that one. Uh, can you see it?
no,
Oh. Uh, there. Is it showing?
I can't see it.
Okay.
So I have no idea what you're showing.
Oh, I think this is a picture of you, almost like Maleficent with a sword.
Okay. Is
See,
it,
well, see if you can on your phone. See if you can go to Dean Franco's wall, because this is where it's odd that you don't see it. But yeah,
it's on Dean's wall?
yeah, it's on Dean's wall. Yeah, you should be able to see it there.
Mm, let's see. So what are you showing now?
Yeah, if you click on Dean Franco's
Oh
wall.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. This is my Iron Empress, the one that I told you that I had a camp and a lot of people
yeah.
under me. So I was basically commanding an army, and that was my armor and the crown that John has made.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Paul asked, when do they hold these events?
Okay, so in Israel, we have quite a lot of games nowadays. We didn't used to have a lot, but we've really advanced with times. And once a year, I go to a big game in Germany, which is called Drachenfest. It's one of the biggest games.
Okay. Yeah. So this is another one of your pictures. Uh, oh, something's something's wrong. Um, Neta is experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, so maybe while waiting for her. Oh, there you
Can
are.
you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe I
yeah,
shouldn't be watching while.
yeah. So yeah, I'm showing still them some of your pictures. This is one where you're sitting on a stone and with the broad, almost like a broadsword, on your back, sling on.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. No, I can't see it. But yeah, it's probably from one of the games when I was like a warrior. If I have a sword on me.
yeah. Oh, shoot. So Yeah. Hold on. So is it is so you basically played LARPs, and are there also like other roles that you play in LARP games?
Usually, I get casted as the ruler or the person in charge. I guess because I've been for many years in our community, so I have seniority and I can play these leader roles. I can be, person in charge. I like playing villains as well. It's fun. It's like a vacation from yourself. You get to be someone else. You get to do naughty stuff, and and it's fine, and people love it. Every story needs a villain.
Yeah.
And then I have sweet characters like my warrior or like a princess or something. You can have funny roles as well if you want a humoristic game, and then you're like the spoiled princess or something. So it's really nice to experiment and try different things and try different versions of you,
Yeah.
like extreme versions of you, and it's all in good fun because it's not really you. People know it's not. It's just something different. So you get to do a lot of things that you don't get to do in real life.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just basically posted here. I think this is where you're a witch, but you've got like some sort of a wing.
Yeah. Yeah. Those wings they belong to a friend of mine. We actually make a lot of the costumes ourselves, and a lot of people in our Israeli community build those things because I don't know, we're like a small community, and shipping from Europe is sometimes difficult. So we make a lot of things here. Like I have my armor here, which I forgot to show you guys. This is the armor that I wear in Germany of my warrior character. And it's made out of leather. Actually, I wanted a special leather armor. And I was like, okay, I don't know how to work with leather. I don't know how to make it. So I just went to a friend who has leather skills, and we've made it from scratch. I went to his
Oh,
house, and we actually sat for many, many hours making this thing together and sewing everything and cutting and all the paint. We did it ourselves. So
wow.
yeah, I make a lot of the costumes myself. I've
Otherwise,
realized
it's
that.
gonna be expensive to buy them.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the prices in Europe and the shipment and the customs sometimes, so it's worthwhile to do it here. And it's also fun. It's like, bragging points that I did it myself, and the whole process is fun. And sometimes you can do it with friends together, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's a social activity as well.
Okay.
So it's part of my passion. And if you want to show the video now, we
Oh,
can
okay.
watch it.
All right. Okay. Hold on, guys. So we're going to show you a video of Neta. Uh, hold on.
It's a video from a game in Germany called Drachenfest. It's a big game every summer. And the story behind this video is quite funny. Are you showing it already? Because I can't see.
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
Finish the explanation first, and then I'm gonna show them.
Okay.
Okay.
So what happened there was quite funny because I knew that a lot of Germans do Ornis. It's quite popular in Germany. So I was looking for someone who does FMA in Drachenfest, and I couldn't find. And then one night I went to a party at Orcamp, and I met this person, and he heard that I do martial arts, and I'm from Israel, so he's like, so you do Krav Maga? And I'm like, no, I actually do FMA. Do you know what it is? And he's like, yeah, of course I do. I do FMA. So we're like, oh, cool. Finally, I meet someone. And we decided that the next year we'll do a fight together.
Okay. So
He
this is
happened
the
to
fight.
be, the leader of the orcs. And so I got to fight the leader of the orcs. And for me, it was like a dream come true because in a way it was kind of like Eowyn,
All right.
character I
Okay.
grew up with. who fights the major big guy, the major villain guy. So we choreographed a fight together in Drachenfest in like 2 days. A lot of it was improvised. And it's really cool that with FMA, we speak the same language. Like you can meet someone from a totally different country that you don't know, and you'll have the same moves. And you're like, okay, and we can do this strike number 1, strike number 2, and we'll both know what we're talking about. So it was easy to plan it. And I think it was a really cool experience.
All right, okay. Let's show them.
Yeah.
To see if she's a real warrior. She's a real warrior.
Can you hear it?
We will use
I can hear it, yeah.
the same weapons.
Okay.
The same weapons. We learn to fight. Just sticks.
I'm gonna hide myself first so people.
Stand up. Use your weapon. Are you ready?
What do you think?
I think you will be never ready. I will test you. Oh, look there. Your turn. Come on, Smacker. All good. All good. All good. All good. All good. All good. Russia. Let's go. Scared, little girl?
Do I look scared?
A little bit, come on, closer! Yeah? Not bad, Oh, so you have to fight with 2 sticks!
They did you that.
Yeah. Who's the rock? 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 Come on, Angul. Who's getting up ahead, Crusher? Come on, Angul.
He thinks she's okay?
You're twice as size! Crusher, just got it! Take you so long!
Okay, that's the end of the fight.
You're a fighter!
That's nice.
Thanks.
See, even like Julius and Paul said they want to join. Actually, I want to join as well. be like the orc. So how the outcome? How is it?
Yeah, I felt basically I felt really fortunate to have this opportunity because not a lot of people get to do such a major fight in such a game. I'm really grateful for that. And it's all because of FMA, really, just because both of us happened to do FMA, and it really got me to a lot of points in my life that I wouldn't have gotten there any other way. Now, regarding this specific fight, at first we thought we were going to choreograph it at home, long distance, and we realized it doesn't work because we met the first day and it's like, nope, not working. So we just decided to improvise, and it worked much better when we were both flowing, doing our own individual systems, which was different FMA systems, but they actually had.
You froze again. She's off. Hopefully she comes back. Yeah, I know, Julius. I'm interested in LARPing as well. But Battletech? Might want to start one, bro. There she is.
Signing me off.
Okay.
Okay. So until which point did you hear me talking?
No, you were basically trying to choreograph it.
Oh yeah. So we had improvised parts, and we had parts that we knew that we want to do, like the Sinuali, which is like classic FMA. So we wanted to put it in, and I taught him Bigay Tama, which is a lightning drill. And we knew that he has to win because of political reasons of the game.
Okay.
He was just kind enough to let me kick his ass up to that point.
But yeah, you went through a good range of weapon system. So you started single stick, you went into double stick, you did some disarms.
Exactly. We wanted to
empty
really
hand, you went into the ground.
Yeah, we wanted to showcase our niece. It was really like a celebration of a martial art that we both love, and we wanted to showcase it. Usually live stick is not allowed in games, but since we had it choreographed in advance and it was just the two of us in a closed area, it was done in our camp. So we got permission to do it. And as you said, we really wanted it to progress and to show the different drills and aspects that our niece has to offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is LARPing only popular in Europe?
No, actually,
in the States?
it's in the States as well. I've never played there, but I heard it's a bit different from LARPing in Europe, that it's more rules-based. It's like hit points and all that. That's what I've heard. I've never played there. In Europe and in Israel, it's more plot-based. It's more about the story, your character's journey, your character's action, whatever you do. And there are different types of games. There are like games who are more into drama, games which are more militaristic. You have sci-fi, fantasy, post-apoc, all sorts. Personally, I love the fantasy games, militaristic games, because I love being a warrior. That's like my desire, ultimate goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. So last night you said LARPing gave you the chance to get into cosplay as well.
Yes. Actually, I started with costumes for LARPs, and then I realized that I can actually do certain characters as well. And we started doing premieres. I remember the first premiere that we did was Narnia, when Major Cinema invited us over because they wanted like mythical creatures, and they knew that LARP people have these sort of costumes. And that was my first casted role. I got casted as the Snow Queen because I can fight.
Okay.
I was like the only girl who could fight, so I got casted as that. I think that really paved the way. And ever since then, we've been invited to do premieres, and I realized that there are specific characters to do for premieres. And I think my first serious cosplay was Wonder Woman, because I feel really connected to that character.
Okay.
I love Wonder Woman. So
you sent me some pictures of that.
yeah.
Okay. Did you also send me the picture of the Snow Queen? Is that where
No,
you?
no,
All right,
actually that
okay.
was way back, and I don't think I have pictures from then.
All right, okay. I'm gonna show them a picture of maybe this is a photo shoot for your Wonder Woman.
Probably I've worn that costume in so many events.
There you go. So I think this picture is your half kneeling down and
Oh
you're
yeah,
holding
yeah,
the sword.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to say I have really good photographers. I have a few that I love taking pictures with them, and they love shooting. They look for new things to shoot all the time. So it's
Yeah.
like a win-win for both of us, and they're really talented.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to show them another picture of you as the Wonder Woman, and this is you've got the sword just on your shoulder,
Mm,
and
yeah.
you're almost like looking towards the sunset or sunrise or something.
Actually, I gotta hand it to this photographer. She's really good. She's the one who convinced me to take pictures. Her name is Danielle, and I've met her through Arnis. She came to our Arnis class. She was a student, and she became a friend of mine. And I remember that she told me, "Oh, can I take your picture? I'm a photographer." And I'm like, mm, I don't know. I don't like myself from this angle and this angle. I was like really fussy about it. And she was like, "No, no, I'll take your picture. It will be fine. And I'll show you. You'd love it." And I was like, "Okay." And then I saw that she takes such amazing
Yeah.
pictures that we really got into it. And
Yeah.
because of her, I started developing it really more and more. And we've made um, more intricate photo shoots, and I've really put more effort into my costumes and the
Mhm.
scenery. So it's really because of her that I got better. And she's a student in Arnis. She's still studying under John.
Wow.
Yeah,
All these opportunities is still within
yeah,
the FMA
totally.
journey.
Yeah,
Ah, excellent, excellent.
yeah.
And when did you do that Star Wars thing?
Which picture?
Um, okay, you sent me a picture of you. Uh,
Because I do a lot of premieres as well, and sometimes I work with my costumes.
yeah,
So, meaning I get paid to go to an event, and I'm basically playing the character in that
yeah.
event.
I think this one, you're an officer
Ah, no, that's
and you're
different.
drinking something.
Okay, okay, that's different. Um, so after I've been working with my costumes, and I've been doing all my hobbies with my costumes and fighting with my costumes, I realized that I need something for charity as well.
All right, okay.
Yeah, because I've been working with them a lot as a character in events or in premieres or whatever. And then I
Mhm.
found out about 501st, which is an international Star Wars organization.
All right.
It's an organization. It's like a costume club, and you can find it in 64 different countries. It's basically a charity organization. It's the motto is "Bad guys doing good" because it's just the dark characters from
Mhm.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
So you have to choose a character from the dark side of Star Wars. You need to make your costume as accurate as possible. They're like really strict about the accuracy because you're like part of Lucasfilm now.
Yeah, yeah.
And you need to get accepted. Once
Okay.
you get accepted, which is really difficult to get accepted, especially for Israelis, we're like, yeah, yeah, it's close enough, it's fine. And they're like, no, the centimeters are wrong, that seam is wrong, and you need to redo it. So I submitted my officer costume, the one in black. And once I joined the organization, 501st, I started doing charity work, meaning
Mm.
we visit hospitals, we make sick kids happy by visiting them
That's
in
really
our
nice.
costumes. Yeah,
Really
and
nice.
we go to charity events and we raise money for them in those events. We get invited to weddings, for example, and our fee goes to charity. We tell the bride and groom which charity organizations we work with, and they make a donation under our name.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That,
that's my
that's
charity side.
yeah.
Yeah, gotta
Well,
give back to the community as well.
well, of course, of course, of course. You've got another one here. I think you're playing Ray.
Yeah, yeah. That was in probably one of my work events, or that I went to some Disney event. I was actually working for Disney for a while, local Israel Disney. I was doing some characters for them, and also I was a Jedi instructor, and I taught kids how to fight with lightsabers in an
Wow,
event. Yeah,
that's really nice.
yeah.
Ah.
I love that. I loved working for Disney.
Well, the thing is, you get you get to dress up, you get to fight, you get to teach, you get to
Exactly.
have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
What
That's
did
why I
you ask
love doing
for?
those things. Yeah. And I try to get as many of these projects. Like my daughter sometimes asks me, "Mom, why do you put on so many costumes?" And I tell her, "It's work. It's part of my work." And I really love those things because you have an office job and it can get quite monotonous, and then you get an opportunity to dress up and do the things that you love.
Yeah, actually, uh, Orin doesn't want to be left behind. I'm
Exactly.
showing I'm showing a picture of her. I think this is a dinosaur costume with
Oh
you
yeah,
playing the like a witch or something.
yeah. That's when she came to visit me in a game, and we dressed her up as a dragon to make her fit the
Oh,
theme.
dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, but her costumes got more intricate. I was putting an effort into them.
Yeah,
Like
actually.
there's a picture of both of us in a dress.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, both two dresses.
I'm going to look for that.
So the older she gets, the better costume she gets.
Yes, of course. She also there.
So
There you go.
the white dress that she's wearing, it's actually a dress that my grandma made me.
Oh, really?
Yes, 36 years ago when I was Orin's age, my grandma was a seamstress and she made me that dress. And once Orin got to the right size, I decided that this will be her costume. And being a, LARPer cosplayer mom, I couldn't just
Mm,
let that, slide and just take her to her kindergarten and that's it.
of
I
course.
orchestrated the photo shoot for the both of us. And I put on a dress that I made
Mm.
several years back, and we had like a queen's photo shoot, and she really loved it.
Oh,
But she knows that she's not
that's it.
just a princess; she's a warrior princess.
Oh, yeah, of
You need
course.
to have both.
Yep, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
She has to be Sina.
yeah. Well, she even sees on TV all these warrior women and like female knights and everything. There are so many female action heroes nowadays that she really gets a lot of inspiration from them and from me. So I always make sure that she has the right amount of fighting in her life,
Yeah,
not just dresses. It's like dresses and swords.
that has to be the way.
Yeah, perfect
Yep.
combination.
Okay, and I'm showing them a picture of you and her. I don't know if she's in a costume here, but you might be playing like Arwen here.
Oh, do I have pointy ears?
Yes,
Okay,
judging by the ear.
yeah, yeah. So I had an elf photo shoot, and I decided why not make Orin a hobbit because she looks like a hobbit. It was that age. She had that curly hair. So I made her a hobbit costume, and we had
Yeah.
our
Okay.
own photo shoot because my life is fantasy and might as well include our kids into our lives, right?
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. That is really nice. Actually, to have both of you in pictures, also dressing up, that's really good. My
Yeah.
my my question is, when is John
Yeah,
uh,
he's not into
participating?
it, unfortunately. Like would have been cool, right? Like the whole Lord of the Rings
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
yeah.
but uh, hold on. Somehow, uh, well, your wedding
Mm. Yeah.
was
So
kind of
during
dressing up as well.
yeah, we had like a fantasy themed wedding, and we got my LARPer friends, and they were wearing an armor, and they were holding their swords, and we were, passing through the swords and everything. It was very festive and majestic, and I loved it. I loved our wedding. Everything, like we had all these fantasy themed scenery and props. The whole place looked like a fantasy ball. It was great. Even John's outfit, which was a Filipino barong, that he had specially made in the Philippines, but it was very, I don't know, princely
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Even here, I'm not sure where this is, but you were walking down an aisle where you've got like your friend's sword.
Yeah, that was on the way. That was on the aisle. We have in the Jewish tradition, it's called the chuppah, the
Yeah,
place where you get officially married in, where the rabbi marries you off. So the path walking there, we had our friends lifting their swords, and we were walking in the middle.
and he is actually even holding a sword.
Yeah, yeah. He walked into the chuppah to the wedding with a sword, and for us, it makes total sense. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't even notice that there was something odd in it until people started commenting. I was like, yeah, so like he even had the sword embroidered on his barong, because he asked me what should he embroider on his barong, and he thought about the Philippine eagle, and I was like, no, we're into swords. Let's have a sword.
Well, so at least at one point she joined you to a certain extent.
Yeah, yeah. The weapon world. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's actually nice. So, I mean, you've been into LARPs, you've been into cosplays, and you've been like having gigs with Star Wars franchise charities, and also like premiere nights. But you also were a in an in a Netflix.
Yeah, people will never forget that.
No, I won't.
So,
I won't. I was watching it.
yeah.
Okay, and then that episode went. I know her. Sure it
Oh,
is
you didn't know I was there? You
no,
really?
not before that. Not before
Really?
I watch it. So it's only when I know her.
Oh my
Okay.
God, so you were so surprised to see me.
Yeah.
I had no
Yeah.
I
True.
had no idea that you didn't know I was there. Okay, so
Yes.
that's
So
also a funny story because I got there through FMA as well.
it's still
Uh,
FMA.
yeah, yeah, FMA changed my life, I'm telling you. It gave me so many opportunities
I'm showing them the picture of you having
in Fauda, yeah.
in powder. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, she froze. So while yeah, again. So while Neta is signing back up, so I'm showing you the picture of her role in. It's a small role in Fauda, but it's in season one. It's a very nice. It's a very nice series, as Julius have mentioned. Fauda is like 24, but better. It's like the Israel version of Strike Back. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's signing me off whenever I talk too much.
Did John install that? Oh, again. Okay. Again, while waiting for Neta to sign back in, this is a picture of her. Yep. I'm showing them the picture of you and is it Doran?
Leo Raz?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
yeah,
Doron. Yeah,
Doron, yeah,
yeah.
the lead actor.
He's such a nice guy. So, and he's doing FMA as well, believe it
Is
or
he
not. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you
really?
how I got to this role.
Okay.
They started they started shooting this, and they had no idea it's going to be such a world hit. At the time, it was just an Israeli series before Netflix bought it. So it was not a small production, but not such big Netflix at that time. And the choreographer of that show is he was Doron's teacher, Lior teacher in FMA. They were in the army together, and this teacher, he teaches karate and FCS Kali.
Okay.
And he started doing the choreography for Fauda, and he needed a woman who can do some knife work for the Palestinian role. And he didn't know any women who would do FMA apart from me. So he contacted me, and he's like, hey, do you wanna do this thing? Do you wanna be in a TV series? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I thought, oh, they got me for my knife skills, FMA skills. I'm gonna do something like extra terrific, super sophisticated. And at the end, they were like, no, you're just a terrorist, and you just attack like this. And I was like, really? Like, after all my years, that's my attack? But I was happy that I had actually a speaking role. I spoke in Arabic there. And the fall was complicated because I actually got kicked a lot. And in the rehearsal day, actually, I got kicked, and I got kicked like at the same spot so many times that I had a huge bruise on my leg. Huge, really, one of the biggest bruises ever. So for the shooting day, they padded me up. And that's why in that picture you see me in those black Arab clothes, and I look
massive.
Yeah, so apparently you can't see it, but I have loads of padding inside.
No,
that's
actually,
why I look like 20 kilos bigger.
It didn't show that much during the actual episode.
Yeah, luckily so. But they really padded me because they were afraid that I'll get hurt again. And I got kicked, and I fell down, and I got shot, unfortunately, so I couldn't continue with them. But I remember that when we were shooting, I was there for like 3 shooting days, I think. And they were like, yeah, we think we've got something really good here. And then I watched the show, and I was like, damn, this is a good show.
It is.
So, yeah, so luckily it was renewed, and it was another season. This time it was a different director, which I actually also got to work with. The director of the 2nd season of Fauda. I did a commercial with him where I was a spy. That was cool as well. And I got to work with Lior again, the actor of Doron.
Yeah.
He did like a telecom commercial, and I was the stunt woman for his mom. It's like his mom is surprising him, and she puts his hand on his shoulder, and he's like turning around, and he starts fighting her until he realizes it's his mom. So they gave me a blonde wig and like old woman's clothes, and I was the mom fighting him.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did a lot of commercials and like indie productions and things. I don't know how much of the pictures you've shown them, but I did several action roles. Which all started because of my fighting skills.
Wow.
Yeah. My latest one was in an Israeli American German movie, Kiss Me Kosher, which is it was supposed to start now in cinema, but because of Corona, it didn't really go out. So I'm waiting for it to get to cinema. So if you see a movie, Kiss Me Kosher, you'll know that I'm there in the fight scene at the end.
Kiss Me Kosher. Okay.
Yeah, at the wedding. That was actually loads of fun because there were professional stuntmen like from Russia and, a special team. And they were like lifting me and fighting with me. I was like...
Okay.
Yeah, it was like slapstick. It was like Jackie Chan style.
Yeah.
Like comedy. In a wedding, you get a brawl, and we were just doing like fun moves, whatever was fun for us. And I was fighting with a friend of mine who's actually my partner in training, and we were like cat fighting and picking each other up. So it was loads of fun. I love doing those things. Yeah, so if anyone wants to cast me again, I'll be happy to. It's such a fun days for me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I had my own experiences with that, and
Oh
it's
yeah, the samurai, right?
yeah, the samurai and the Shaolin monk.
Mm.
Yeah. So for the Ancient Assassin series, the funny thing is, yeah, you do FMA, 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 and then when you post Japanese,
Yeah.
FMA, 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 when you post Shaolin.
Yeah, totally.
It was fun though.
But nowadays, like there's so much FMA in Hollywood that we don't need to change, right? Like
Yeah, that's
think of
actually
all the
yeah,
superheroes. Like
yeah,
you get to see FMA in like every Marvel movie.
yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. And it's actually good. I'm just hoping that at some point they would be recognized to stand on its own. Yeah, I mean, I know Born did it at one point
Yeah.
because although some styles are trying to say that it's theirs, but we know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Come on, we know the moves. Like we
Yeah,
can
exactly.
identify it
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
second. It's like, oh, FMA,
Yeah.
FMA. Like even the Mandalorian and like
Oh yeah.
Captain America
Mm.
and even Black Widow now. It's like
Yeah.
I see it everywhere.
Yeah. I haven't seen Black Widow yet, but I'm hoping to be able to see it. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I do hope that we do get to see you in more like movies or uh, TV series, Netflix
Yeah.
or otherwise. Just let me know.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that you saw me there
No,
and didn't know.
no. Actually, I when I saw Fauda in Netflix, it's like, okay, this is interesting. So I watched the first episode and I just got into it.
Yeah, it's
Episode
very
one, episode
engaging.
after the
Yeah.
other. Yeah, so engaging, and then suddenly like I know her.
It's like, what are the chances?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and that's why I I I I I took a video of it and then I sent it to
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you didn't know that the choreographer and Dawn do FMA. So
Yeah,
now
no,
you
I didn't
know.
know as well. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I
how I
think,
got there.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So at least I at some point the world you envisioned yourself to be in, okay, and this almost a center is FMA and fighting is really happening for you.
Yeah, it really changed my life. I'm telling you, it's a whole different path that I'm pretty sure my life wouldn't have been as fun
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
I didn't start fulfilling my dreams and wanting to actually learn to fight and
Yeah.
finding FMA. Because maybe if I started a different martial art, my for sure my life would have been totally different.
Yeah. Exactly.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
have met John. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten these awesome skills.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
you wouldn't have sweated in Manila a lot and
Yeah.
the traffic.
Yeah, but it really got me to such wonderful places.
Okay.
I'm really grateful.
All right. So your journey has taken you through a lot of things, and it's now basically coming into what we call as an evolution or a cycle because you're starting to take the role more roles now as a teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah, and one of the one of it is basically teaching a women's class, which you said earlier. So can you elaborate on that one a
yeah.
little bit more, please?
Actually, I was thinking about it. It's really funny because I've been doing that for years, just not officially.
Hmm.
I've been helping John teach for so many years. I've been doing seminars. I've been doing like fight seminars for LARPers, for women LARPers, because I wanted it to be more accessible for women. I've been teaching seminars with him and kids with him and doing it for so many years. And only now that I'm teaching women like regularly on a specific day at a specific time and I have my own group, now suddenly people are realizing that I'm an instructor. And I'm like, I've been doing it for so many years. Nothing has really changed. I just have a
Yeah,
specific day and time now. But sometimes people need the title. to get the recognition.
Yeah, and it's of course when people start seeing you teaching on your own,
Yeah,
not basically assisting John
yeah,
or in his shadow. So basically, they notice you more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I have to say, it was really comfortable in John's shadow. Because he's so great and he's such a great teacher, and I liked my place there. I didn't feel like I needed my own group or anything, but I did realize that in order to get more women, you
Mm,
really need a women's class. And
yeah.
like I said, you need a system that was made by women. Like that self-defense that was made by women, it's totally different. So when you have a woman teacher, she knows exactly how women think, what would work for them, what wouldn't work for them, what approach to choose for them. And I see more results there, that women get less discouraged and they have this encouraging atmosphere, so they come back. And for me, that's important to help women fulfill themselves, like what happened to me, and make them find the warrior within, because a lot
Mm,
of girls are not connected to that aspect in them. So I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to help them achieve those goals and find those parts in them.
mhm. If you basically like, okay, you've taught self defense classes with John, and now you're teaching it uh, on your own. So with from a different perspective, from a women's perspective, what what are the examples of the differences in approach between a self defense class being taught by a man and the self defense class being taught by a woman?
Right now, I'm teaching Arnis for women, so it's not the emphasis on self-defense. So
Or yeah,
what I
or Arnis, yeah. So
um, I think that we're very encouraging and very supportive, and the atmosphere is different because it's like, whatever you do is fine, just do your best. There's less distance. Not that John teaches with a distance. I mean, FMA doesn't really have that,
mm,
strictness.
mm,
But with women supporting and helping each other, uh, they can feel more comfortable because they don't feel like they're being judged, or people are looking at them, or the other students are looking at them and examining their moves, or like, mansplaining, when you have a man explaining to a woman although she knows what she's doing. So we don't have none of that in class, which I really like. I like it when women help other women. I think they feel more free, that no one's looking at them and no one's
okay.
judging them. And sometimes, people don't, but they think that people do because they're used to it from their
Mhm.
daily lives.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And to be with men who are stronger and they know more, it can be a bit intimidating. So when you're with women, fellow women, it's more approachable.
Hmm. Okay,
Hmm.
that's a nice thing to remember. Yeah, I guess there's just a different way of thinking, a
Yeah,
different way of looking at things when
yeah.
you teach as well. Mm.
And when we talk about self-defense, then one major difference is that I've noticed when male teachers teach, it's always technique, da 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 da. And what women really need is assertiveness tools and putting boundaries tools,
Hmm.
because a lot of times we encounter a lot of harassments or things in daily lives that don't have to do with violence or
Mm.
physical
Mm.
touch.
Mm.
And you sometimes really need to stop the situation and draw the line in just everyday things, like even a person sitting too close to you, or talking to you in a manner that you don't like. And what I like about women's systems is that they teach you how to draw the line. It's like
Hmm.
they give you the format of how to talk to someone when you feel like they're
Good.
crossing the line. So it's a lot about the awareness and your situational behavior at that moment, rather than the self-defense technique. It's not like, oh, he's grabbing my hand, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
So it's
deflect
more
it, I'm
on
gonna punch him.
yeah.
It's more like,
Safety
Okay,
awareness, the personal safety awareness side of things.
yeah, there's a person sitting too close to you at the bus station.
Hmm.
There's a person yelling at you. There's a person touching your shoulder and you don't like it, which are things that we encounter more than someone grabbing our hand and trying to drag us somewhere, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I think that's really important. The tools of how to be more assertive and how to tell people, I don't like what you're doing. Why are you doing that? Please stop doing that. I want you to do this and that. And
Mhm.
a lot of women just freeze. Like um, in the bus, someone will touch them or like, stand close to them and they'll just be shocked and just freeze and not say anything because they don't know how to react. And we've all been there, every woman has been in that situation. And after you go through these courses, you realize you need to articulate
Mhm, yep.
and have the tools to explain and to tell the other person to stop, which is so important for me. I think that it's something women really need to learn the right tools how to react.
Mm. I think yeah, in general, most especially women, but yeah, not to. I think there are certain male population that might need to learn them
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, but women encounter that
Yeah,
more. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
every day,
yeah.
everyday life. It's different for a woman. We get like even when a person calls me sweetie. I don't
Mm,
know you. I don't want you to call me sweetie. It's like,
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I think uh, times have changed now
yeah,
because actually even here in the UK, those types of name calling, you call it's something that's frowned upon now. Unlike before, it is something acceptable,
yeah.
but you just sometimes how it was delivered would either give you the some sort of comfort or the creeps.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's a fine line.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So like for example, if you're going to like you say your pitch to encourage women in encouraging women to take like self-defense or any kind of martial art, or what do they need to do?
I really highly recommend taking martial arts into your life, doing any martial arts. It doesn't have to be FMA. It should be something that you feel connected to, because I feel like it gives you so much. It gave me so much confidence, so many skills. Um, Basically, being connected to my body, which is something that I didn't have before. Um, Usually, for women, their bodies are more ornamental. Um, they look at how it looks and not what it can do. And the fact that you can do many things with your body, it's just amazing. It gives you a whole different set of options all of a sudden. Um, I it gives you special skills that you can use, and it's really cool that suddenly you can do more things with yourself, and it just gives you a different aura. You just talk different, walk different. I'm not afraid to go alone in the street. I feel safe, and it's something that I really want a lot of women to experience, that confidence. I know I say that word a lot, but it's really true.
It is. It is.
Yeah, I think no, I'll be honest. Most of the self-defense courses, when it's just technique, the women will just forget it. But if they don't have the time to do proper martial art, then they should go to one of those awareness,
Yeah,
assertiveness,
safety awareness.
self-defense. Yeah, situational
Yeah.
self-defense.
Yeah. I mean, it's personal safety. It's basically
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
90% of self-defense anyway. You
yeah.
yeah, you only need your
Awareness. Yeah.
the physical aspect. I
I-
mean, when it basically everything gets really tight. But
Yeah.
apart from that, if you can avoid the situation, avoid the situation. If
Yeah.
you get a more, uh, I would say, a well planned uh, pre-fight or a well planned preparation,
Hmm.
okay, in order to stop things from escalating, that's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So uh, I'm just going through some of the messages and see if there are any question, okay, or comments. Okay, so Zimbo Dillon said love the photo shoots with the warrior princess.
Thanks.
That's really nice. Oh, Jesse says hello, Guru, Tom, and Neta. Shermister, the Wonder Woman of Israel.
It's
Yeah.
funny because this summer I have this big project which I'm going to play Wonder Woman in a big mall, and I'm going to do that for a whole month. So
Ah.
yeah, wish me luck that I'm not going to die of exhaustion. But yeah, it's because it's to be Wonder Woman, and I couldn't say no to being Wonder Woman.
Well, it suits you anyway, I would
Thanks.
say. Okay. So Paul said, I agree. Correct. Because he teaches women's self defense when he was in the Air Force, is more teaching mental toughness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Julius have a question. Have you touched the esoteric or occult side of FMA? Or like any weird occurrences or dreams?
Um, Dreams, yes. I've had dreams that I've used fighting skills in. I haven't thought about it in the sense of FMA. I just thought that, I'm a warrior and that's what I do. Um, Apart from that, I did have this spiritual weird feeling in the Philippines once, which I really can't explain.
The one in
And
Capiz.
yeah, and this is for Julius because we're talking about Filipino monsters. So I was um, I was pregnant in the Philippines 6 years ago, and we went to the island of Iloilo. Sorry, the island of Panay, and we went to
Panay. Yeah.
Iloilo in Panay. And John didn't tell me the stories about Aswan there.
In
Um,
Capiz.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had no clue. And I was pregnant, and apparently the Aswan attacks pregnant women or something. And the moment we got to that place, I felt uncomfortable and I wanted to leave, and I didn't know why. And I just thought, I'm feeling sick, I'm pregnant, I'm nauseated, and all that. But I had this feeling that I need to get out of that island. And the moment the Arnis competition was over, I was like, okay, let's get out of this island. Let's take the last shuttle. Let's try to make it. And we really were racing against the clock just so that we can get out of the island. And when we got to the next island and we met a Filipino friend of ours, I told him, yeah, I don't know why. I just wanted to leave. And he's like, obviously, you're pregnant. And I'm like, what? And then he told me that story. And I was like, John, why didn't you tell me? So yeah, that's something that I can't explain.
So what did John say?
He was being prepared. He took the necessary measures or whatever. But some things you sometimes just can't explain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Are there any other questions? Oh, yeah. Julius said if there was a LARP of Voltes 5 or Dimos, I am sure Jan Scudero would be into it.
I
Maybe.
don't know. I don't know. He's too much into FMA and not playing games. So
Yeah, he doesn't play the butterfly catch.
no.
Okay, there are no questions. So um in from what you experience, what you have experienced and in your words, um what message can you uh, give the FMA community? You can do it in general and
Okay.
specifically women.
Yeah. since it's mostly men watching, I guess, I'd say nurture your female students. Because when I started, I encountered a lot of hardships. People were wondering, why am I there? Why am I doing this? I'm not good at it at all. And I don't know, I didn't feel supported or appreciated, and I still stuck to it. But a lot of women wouldn't. They'd encounter the hardships and they'd say, oh, why should I stay here? I'd go and do something fun. And just because I had my warrior dream, I continued, but many women don't. So just try to understand that women think differently and sometimes they need different sort of attention, and it will be worthwhile at the end. So
That's a
um,
nice, that's a nice
yeah,
message. Yeah.
yeah, because many women stop along the way because life is difficult as it is, and especially when you have kids and life gets in the way, it's easy to quit. For me, what helps is that I tell myself, did Wonder Woman quit? Did Xena quit? It's like I give myself these role models, and I say they didn't get to where they were by quitting. So okay,
Mm,
I I keep working hard. Um, but yeah, try to nurture more women students.
And do you have any message to the uh, female FMA practitioners or self-defense practitioners out there?
Yeah, don't quit. It's awesome. Look where it got me. That's basically it. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that martial arts has brought into my life. And if you've listened up until now, you've realized how many different aspects in my life it brought me to. So yeah, don't quit. It's great stuff.
Yeah, just do LARPing as well and cosplay.
Yeah, it's like it will improve your LARPing and cosplay.
Or you'll be great in that aspect as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, that is a very I would say a very great message, an important message to both the female practitioners and male instructors. Yeah, well put message, Neta.
thanks.
Yeah. Um, guys, have you got any more questions for Neta? Hi, Arlene. Arlene
Cool.
is a or trained Pikiti. Arlene used to be a an LSI practitioner in Los Baños before
Cool.
she went to train Pikiti Tertia. And she's the one who basically runs FMA Exchange.
Ah, cool.
So Arlene, Neta, Arlene.
Hi.
So okay, if you don't have any more questions, um, oh, Arlene just basically asked a question. Can she teach in FMA Exchange?
Oh, what is it? Is it like a
Yeah,
seminar?
I think this is the one I mentioned to you. So basically, she has a group. She has a group FMA Exchange, and she also has a group that is comprised of women, composed of
Okay.
women. So in her group, you can volunteer to teach just for that women's group, or basically for public. So it's up to you.
Okay, just tell her to contact me on Facebook. We'll talk.
There you go, Arlene. Contact Neta.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I'll be teaching there this August. So yeah,
Cool.
it will be great if basically you can teach there to volunteer. So at least they can learn from coming from your perspective. So yeah,
Cool.
okay, yeah, it's okay. So any other questions, guys, or any comment for Neta? None. I think they're all in dreamland now because of the LARPing and everything.
Yeah. I mean the fantasy life. It's not a bad world to live in.
No, no.
Our reality is so mundane, and it can be so monotonous. So
Yeah,
it's nice once in a while to go and visit other
yeah,
worlds.
yeah. And I mean, uh, for a lot of people, basically, when they talk of FMA, it's just about fighting, about self defense, or fighting and sparring and everything. But you basically manage to bring your experience in FMA to another world of fighting, and that is basically LARPing.
Yeah, because in LARPs, there are two kinds of fighting. There's the tactical fighting, which is, the more efficient one. And then there's more the theatrical fighting, as we call it. And then you need to look good. So that's where all the dobladas and
Yeah,
spin jumps come in. And it really made me practice those things more because I wanted to fight good and look good at the same time doing it,
exactly,
which
exactly.
you can't do it in competitions because you're
Yeah,
going to get clobbered.
yeah, yeah, true.
Unless you're like exceptionally good. But there's the performance aspect of it, which I really love. And if you see in movies, it's the same. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't fight, 100% efficiently. They do
Mm.
all their poses and stuff,
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
I
why
do
not?
remember that.
Yeah. Why not spice up your fighting and have some fun with it as well? It doesn't always have to be 100% efficient to the real life, to the
Yeah.
street, whatever. Might as
Mm.
well just have some fun with it.
Yeah. And plus, it gives you another dimension into why you you,
Yeah,
you will love FMA.
yeah, because I know it makes me better in the rest of my hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
it contributes to basically everything that I do.
Mhm.
So I train to facilitate my other hobbies and contribute to them.
Why not?
Yeah,
Win-win.
yeah, yeah. Some people train for self-defense, some for um, I don't know, love of the weapon or whatever. And for me, it's fulfilling a dream of a little girl because I
Mm,
always wanted to be a warrior, and now I can.
mm.
So
Okay.
it's all about fulfilling your dreams.
Yes. Yeah. Well put message.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, if you don't have any more questions, I think we had quite a journey with Neta tonight, and I know it's already uh,
Almost 1 a.m. here.
almost 1 a.m.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's okay.
sorry. I know you still have work tomorrow, but
Yeah, it's okay.
on that note, I would like to thank you very much for being my third
Yay.
interviewee for UK and Europe for FMA discussion.
Great. It was
And
my
I
honor.
had a wonderful time getting to know more about LARP as well, because
Yeah.
we normally chat about it, but I don't really have much of.
Yeah, you just see my pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, I know, and
Now you know a bit more about it.
yes, exactly. I know the story behind it and everything. So thank you very much for taking us through. Okay, with your journey to FMA, and I do hope that the our viewers have enjoyed this interview with Neta. And if you got any questions, if you got um, to Neta, you can address it to her. And how do they contact you?
I have dedicated page for all my costumes and events and gigs and all that. It's called Neta's Wardrobes. Wore the robes
Okay.
because I'm into costumes and weapons.
Yeah.
So they can just like that page and see all my projects. Or if they want to talk to me personally, then it's Neta Shermister on Facebook.
Hmm. Eileen, take note.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Neta, again.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you very much,
Tom.
everybody.
And
Enjoy the
good
rest of the week.
night. Good night, everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Okay. So thank you very much, folks, for watching Neta's interview. Um, have a nice week ahead of you. Okay. And until the next one, Guru Tom signing out.